Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Naruto episode 95. What happened last time?
Last time, the highlight was Naruto finally being able to use the Rasengan Jutsu with his shadow clone. He was like putting the chakra in his hand and the shadow clone was like
spinning
and, like,
it one way with
shaping
one
it.
hand
Yeah.
and then one way with the other hand.
And then he finally did it and just fucking destroying Kabuto out here, but we haven't seen like the aftermath of it.
Blonde teen destroys nerd with glasses. 10 AP. Yeah, so that happened. Anything else?
That's the title of this episode, actually.
Anything else?
I think that's all.
Wow, well, I really know how to ruin an incredible moment in Naruto. But yeah, that was a crazy moment.
That was really
cool.
It was
awesome.
really cool. It was
The
really
music
awesome.
kicks in, like, it's all silent. He's just like, Rasengan. Yeah, it's so good. All right, hope you guys enjoy this reaction. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you subscribe. Hope you check out our Patreon to get a week ahead on this show and many others. It's not a market substitute. We're not trying to provide a free copy. We're trying to provide our reaction and review to Naruto, not a substitute for you to not go to Crunchyroll or Netflix or wherever you want to watch it. We're trying to provide our own content. We're using the footage from the show to aid that content, but not to steal any traffic or revenue from the source. Support the official release. Anything you want to say before we get going?
No.
Let's go.
Can't wait for Orochimaru to start calling Jiraiya an old stick. That's how you know the fight has really gone up a notch. Cuts a hole right through his stomach.
He got him in the heart. Kabuto did. He used his fucking scalpel. Holy shit!
Oh.
Yeah, I got pretty fucked up. Jiraiya and Orochimaru.
Well, the kid actually did it. A child mastering a jutsu like that. It's unheard of.
It's impossible. But he did it. He actually mastered
What's
the
that face?
in 1 week.
Her eyes are like in different directions.
How are you still standing, Kabuto? You're not that good.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Ah, fuck. I mean, the Rasengan must not be that great if Kabuto can do the same damage. Like, with the one thing. No, obviously that's bullshit. Rasengan's way more powerful. Okay, alright, how long are we gonna see her crouched breathing?
And you, how can you be standing after that?
Yeah, I was.
My chakra at the point of impact. Before he'd even hit me, I'd started healing myself. You see now why Lord Orochimaru values me so.
Seems like some
My
bullshit.
skills and knowledge of jutsu, but most of all for my recuperative powers. No matter how great the injury, I can repair and re-energize any damaged cells.
What if I chop off your head?
Almost out of
Thank goodness the best healer in the entire universe is standing right beside him.
What? No! Even with my healing powers, the damage was too great.
Oh, okay. Just that simple. I thought there was some other crazy shit.
I haven't enough chakra left.
Oh, I thought he was dead. Let me check his heartbeat. Oh, it stopped.
It's failing.
It actually fucked him up.
Stop shaking. Get a grip.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wonder if anybody's gotten like the Reaper Death Seal like tattoo,
You're wasting your time.
the spiral and
It's
everything.
all over for him. With my last strength, I severed his heart's chakra network. I cut him off from getting any help from the
Mm.
Tailed fox.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah, it was.
He hasn't the power to save himself.
So the nine-tailed fox chakra can't.
Telling you, he's finished. Dead. All your skills are useless now.
Oh, shut up! You'll be dead soon, I'll see to that.
Does he die?
Breathing.
Or some flashbacks.
No. No. No.
Oh shit, belly button. She's got some lint there, Naruto. Let me just
Dark. It's getting dark.
cut him off.
The light is fading. My strength
Oh, he's dying.
fading.
If Naruto dies, he dies.
Oh. That's very interesting.
That's why the fox doesn't just like fucking explode out and rip him to shreds.
Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't forget our bet.
A drunk and a fucking cripple fighting each other atop a giant snake.
Think you'll make it.
You're forgetting Tsunade's healing powers. Forget Naruto. I'd focus on me if I were you. I'm the one you have to worry about.
There's far more to this little guinea than meets the eye.
You're just realizing that?
What might happen if the Akatsuki get their hands on him? But if you were to die right now,
What the devil?
I'm sorry.
What the devil? Oh fuck! The grass
Oh
longsword.
no.
Tsunade, you are the one person I wouldn't want to kill.
By saving him, I'm saving my home. The village hidden in the leaves.
You really think you're protecting the village?
This lonely little genin has been chosen by fate to be Hokage someday.
What nonsense. Even if it is true, what of it? Who cares about the Hokage? Only a fool would want that job.
Said the guy who wanted to be Hokage.
It's just a fool's game.
Parallels. Only a fool would want to be Hokage. Flashback. Some say he still holds a grudge against the third Hokage for not choosing him to succeed.
Remember the Hokage that have come before and all they've accomplished with Elite Village.
From now on, I'm gambling everything too. I'm putting my life on the line.
Well, if you're really willing to throw your life away for the sake of one insignificant brat, I'm happy to accommodate you. Now all that's left is Naruto himself.
Not enough time.
She's torn to ribbons, and she can still move that.
This is always difficult to watch.
You really are determined, aren't you? I'm impressed.
Didn't I make it clear enough, you fool? catch him.
You're half dead already. Such brave talk, but look at you. You're still trembling all over. Poor thing. You just can't shake your fear of blood, can you?
Yeah, she's also stabbed like a million times, you
And all for what? For
asshole.
an obnoxious little boy you don't even know. For the sake of a worthless village. What?
Holy shit.
Yeah, she's fucked.
I finally remembered something. I've been chosen as the 5th Hokage of the Leaf Village.
What's that mark?
She's overcome her fear at last. But that mark.
What is that?
Whatever you call yourself, it makes no difference. You
Kick
may
his
have
ass.
Your inner weakness, but what about the rest of you? You can hardly expect to defeat me in your condition.
No! Lady Tsunade, wait! Let me treat your wounds. Please, don't break the seal! Reserve seal release.
Reserve seal.
Ninja art, Phytomic regeneration.
What jutsu is this?
Okay.
It seems I'm not the only person who's been spending their time discovering new jutsu. This one's very impressive. How's it done?
My chakra. For years I've stored it up in a space behind my forehead. Saving it for just such an occasion. With this
Can you
chakra
do
reservoir,
that?
my body's ability to create new cells is accelerated.
She can.
Cells divide rapid spreading throughout my body and regenerating any damaged organs. It's like having the ability to reincarnate myself. You see, you can slash away at me all you want, but I can't be killed.
What she doesn't say is that a person, any person, even her, can only generate new cells a limited number of times. If you speed that up, you shorten your life.
That's real. Like, the amount of times that you can regenerate your cells in real life.
Lord Orochimaru!
It causes you to age.
Quickly, come out! Come out!
Oh shit.
Do it! Hurry!
Inusaratori Hitachi!
Summoning Jutsu!
Here we go. Now it really begins.
It was just a giant slug.
There's some lore, there's some deep Japanese folklore behind this.
Kabuto, how are you still alive? It seems like some plot armor there.
It is kind of some bullshit because like Tsunade pulled off basically the same maneuver as him, and for her it was like this huge sacrifice, but for him it's just like I just concentrated my cells in a particular area and was
Yeah.
able to heal instantly. Yeah. You wanna watch the ending or no?
No, it's okay.
Okay. What'd you think of that one? That was a crazy episode.
It was really good, but the fucking Kabuto thing is just some bullshit. I have to say I'm really mad about that. And like, yeah, she regenerated herself
At a huge
at
cost.
a huge cost. And he's just like, "Oh, well I started it before the injuries even happened, so it's fine. I'm back to normal. I'm still hurt, but I can still summon this giant snake because I have to in order for this fight to happen." So and Orochimaru can't use his arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, like that's the thing with the summoning is like they're able to summon. So to break that down, Orochimaru doesn't, or Kabuto doesn't have the pact. Like you know how Naruto had to make a pact with the toads. Kabuto doesn't have that, so that's why they inscribe that shit. That's basically like a scroll on his arm because if the blood is on on him. It doesn't have to be. It's like a sacrifice, basically.
Yeah.
The blood is a sacrifice. Then they use, but it's still. Yeah, you're right. It is Kabuto's chakra that's being used to summon because of obviously Orochimaru can't do that.
But also, it's just Kabuto even physically being able to
Exactly.
do that is just some bullshit.
It's like,
because
what is
it's
he
like
an
he's-
Uchiha? Is he a
It's like
fucking?
he's only, like, the only reason he didn't die there is obviously maybe there's some more stuff coming up in the future, but the only reason that he's not, like,
Taken out of the fight.
taken out of the fight is because he had to be able to have enough strength somehow to be able to do that so that this other snake could show up in this epic moment, which was really epic. And I kind of hate to complain about it because it was really cool, but it just kind of pisses me off that, like, Kabuto is given such strength literally only because he has to be there to help Orochimaru, or else, like, Orochimaru would be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, if Kabuto was actually completely out of it and Orochimaru couldn't summon that snake by himself, but Tsunade
The fight
and
would be
Jiraiya
over.
summoned their things and just, like, ran him over and killed him.
It's a very hefty bit of convenience.
Yeah.
Because that you're right. It does suck.
And, like, it just sucks because they, like, hype up, like, oh, Naruto pulled off that move. No one should be able to pull off that move. That move is so insane. It's so powerful. He goes shooting off and Kabuto's like, eh. And then, Kabuto gets a hit on Naruto to take Naruto out of the fight, even with Tsunade healing him.
Yeah, and then
He's-
Kabuto is like,
But then
through some like clever maneuvering is fine, but it's still
But
kind
sucks,
of like
it sucks because Tsunade is supposed to have, like, all this medical knowledge, and she's supposed to be, like, the best healer, like,
she's
the
the
village has
Archmaester.
ever seen. She's so good, but somehow Kabuto outsmarted her about medical stuff to do the same thing, but, like, I guess not as good because he's still kind of hurt. But that's also because his chakra ran out. It's not just because he's, like, injured.
And it's not even that like the stuff he's doing is just it doesn't seem like the dark version that like Tsunade isn't willing to tread towards. It's not like the dark side
that
of the
would be
Force.
cool.
If,
that
like,
would be really cool.
Because he's got like the chakra scalpel, which is supposed to be like, oh, it damages things, and like that's kind of supposed to be like the dark version of Tsunade's thing, but it's like, or Tsunade and
it's not
Shizune.
even-
But it's not. It's not like, oh, the reason he can like compete with Tsunade is because he's using like the dark medical ninjutsu, and it's like forbidden. Like so Tsunade's not willing to go that far, but she is way more powerful. So, you know, they kind of levels out a little bit, but
Yeah.
Tsunade ends up having the edge. It's not like that. It's just that he ends up being just as proficient with healing stuff as she is, but even more so because she is like sacrificing her lifespan.
I mean, yeah, maybe he is, but it doesn't. It seemed like he was just able to do that.
And to be fair, the wounds were different.
The wounds
Like-
were very
like,
different. However,
Kabuto just had an abrasion, like a
yeah,
big
apparently
bruise.
Kabuto was able to, like, armor himself against it.
That's the idea.
Was the
It was
idea?
preemptive.
But it does seem
there
very
is some
convenient that he was able to do that.
It is convenient. There like you can reason it out to where it does kind of make sense, but in the end it really is just like Kabuto should have been way more fucked up than he was. He should have been able to like just keep himself conscious, and then if you wanted to have like the big showdown, have him be taken out by like, okay, like he's just like, Lord Orochimaru, this is all I can do. Just, if you get me out of here, I can treat your wounds or whatever. And then Orochimaru, because obviously Orochimaru doesn't care for Kabuto, he just keeps him around because he's really useful. Mm-hmm. So, if Orochimaru's like, fuck, I have to, like, save him, but also get out of here and kill whoever, like, you know, get the shit done and get out. So then he would have a reason to keep Kabuto around for, like, a future event or whatever, if that's what you wanted. Like, as a writer. So instead it's like, okay, uses all of his chakra and is knocked out, almost dead, from the summoning jutsu, and then Orochimaru has to, like, you know, finish things on his own with the summoning jutsu. But, like, Kabuto's awake and conscious and seeming like he's gonna be fighting again.
Yeah, and he's like on all fours, kind of like seems like he's like charging up so that he can do something else at the last minute. Like someone's gonna come towards Orochimaru, and he's just gonna be like, heh.
It's just it is unfortunate, and it sucks because it was such a badass moment when
It was
Tsunade
really
pulled that
cool.
out, but it's kind of undercut by the fact that Kabuto did basically the same shit. You know?
Yeah.
And again, we know there's like other factors here, but it comes down to Naruto, and it was also not even that. It was Naruto, like you said, Naruto's
Naruto,
big moment of learning the Rasengan and mastering it in that moment and having that inspiration.
It was completely, like, it was so cool. And if that had taken Kabuto out of the fight, that would have been awesome. But now I'm just like, oh, that wasn't even that good of a jutsu.
Yeah, if
fucking
Kabuto is fine.
Kabuto was able to just, like, walk, like, crawl away from it, like, it sucked because then he's like, haha, I'm so good, but then he fell down. And you're like, oh shit.
Naruto
really fucked him up. But then he's still just in the fight. Which, I don't know. Some of you guys probably think that we're just, like, hating on it. But it's just kind of annoying that, like, just this weaselly asshole character gets gets some really lucky breaks that he should not get. Like,
I mean, he's not, like, that's the other thing, is he seems like he's just so hateable.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like you just really hate him. It's not really
not.
luck. He's putting effort and he's using his skill that he has. He's just really skilled, and he doesn't seem like he should be that skilled. Because he's so hateable and weaselly.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I think that's really what is fucking you over, is because you just hate him so much. I think that's literally what it is. And that's really common. A lot of people, like, say Kabuto's stuff is bullshit. And I can understand why, because he's not, like, a badass looking or sounding or seeming guy. He's a fucking weasel. He's a traitor. He's, like, he is super vindictive and, like, just, your dreams don't come true when you're dead, that type of shit, and is, like, kicking Naruto and Tsunade when they're down. Like, fucking Goodfellas kicking them and saying that their dreams are never gonna come true after he, like, was friends with them and helped them out. He's just really weaselly, so I think a lot of people just get caught up in that, and they're just like, well, how the fuck is this guy such a piece of shit? How am I supposed to, like, respect him as a villain? You don't respect him as a villain, because he's just so fucking hateable. That's what it is. And in a way, that's even better writing.
He's like the Umbridge of this situation.
He's even worse than Umbridge.
But it's like that kind of thing where, like, you hate them more than the actual, like, big villain of the show. Yeah. Like, you hate Umbridge so much more than you hate Voldemort.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though I think it's because, like, I think, like, the thing with, like, that kind of thing is, like, hating, like, a lesser villain more is because, like, oftentimes, like, with Kabuto and with Umbridge, they're not even necessarily, like, evil. Like, they're not even...
Kabuto's evil.
Like, okay, no, here's what I'm saying, though. I don't know,
What are you saying?
It's hard to explain. He's not, like...
I don't think it's not a fair comparison between Umbridge and like, because Umbridge, comparing once again Harry Potter to Naruto, which has been done to death in all reactions. Umbridge is like the opposite of Voldemort. Umbridge is like, if Voldemort is extreme chaos and he wants to tear down everything and bring his own kind of order and bring his own kind of thing into the world. He's like a dark reversal of everything that, like, the Ministry of Magic and all that shit is. Umbridge is extreme order. She wants to, like, restrict everything and make everything so rigid and controlled to the point where people aren't even people. They're just cogs in a machine that works perfectly and produces manageable results and no conflict, no inner conflict. That's what she wants, but she doesn't understand that, like, the way that she wants to do things is going to create conflict, and she's going to be the architect of her own destruction. Kabuto is not that, like, reversal.
Yeah, I guess
Kabuto
you're right.
is just a shitty traitor. That's all it is. Like, I think you're trying to, like, reason it out, but it's literally just that you hate Kabuto so much, and that's just its own level of writing. That's a good writing when you can create a villain, even though it's a sub-villain. And that's honestly, not discrediting Kishimoto, but that kind of villain, that sort of side villain character is really common, of this reoccurring villain that is, like, not the main bad guy, but is oftentimes a traitor, oftentimes, like, they just get out of shit all the time, and, like, they aren't even the big bad, but they just find a way to get out of everything and run away and retreat. So
yeah,
it's just easy to hate someone who's, like, just a fucking weasel. and who is super logical and super cunning and doesn't take on like if it would have been way less. Kabuto wouldn't have been as easy to hate if he saw Jiraiya. Like, when Orochimaru was like, go take care of our other friends. Go take care of Naruto and her Tsunade's assistant. Well, I go deal with Tsunade. If Kabuto just went up and stupidly took them on alone, which at this point with the way he's performing, he probably could have wiped him easy.
Yeah, he could have.
with what he's displayed.
3 people who just woke up from like.
Jiraiya's all fucked up. He's not recovered at all. Naruto is like totally caught unawares and doesn't even know that Kabuto's a villain. Kabuto's better than Shizune, so he probably would have wiped all of them if he was as skilled as he was in this fight. But like, the thing about how you hate Kabuto is he didn't choose that fight. He did the smart thing and went back to Orochimaru and saved him and fucked up Tsunade. Like, he's not making mistakes randomly. Except for the Rasengan, but it didn't end up hurting him that much anyway.
I guess that's actually also why I feel like the big villains of series aren't necessarily as hated, because they make, literally, to be a villain of a long-running series, you basically have to fuck up like a million times and make dumb decisions of in Harry Potter, Voldemort being like, I have to be the one to kill Harry Potter, where if he had just let someone else do it, Harry would have been dead like immediately.
100%.
And then in this, Orochimaru is just like, oh, I will not stop until I like destroy the Leaf Village, and he's just like, I have to have this one-on-one fight with the Hokage for like a million hours while my plan fails elsewhere.
That's what separates like good writing from as far as like long running series, or any like big, when you introduce a big bad. What do I say? What I'm saying is a spoiler for a different series.
Oh.
There's a famous writer who of a different series. I won't even say what it is, but he was breaking down like what like how he likes to write the downfall of a certain villain, and he's like, it needs to be like an emotional thing. Like, you need to make it a part of their character, not just, oh, I overlooked this obvious thing that like got me killed. It's like, no, you need to have like some deep thing buried in their past that like comes back and like influences them to a point where they don't really, as far as their character, they don't really have a choice but to pursue that, and that little bit leaves them open enough for, them to be taken down.
Yeah, like if Orochimaru was like actually a good, like if he was like really logical. I mean, he's pretty decent. He waited for a long ass time till
he waited for like 10 years, 12
he
years.
like had a good plan, but he was a little bit too emotionally invested in like personally killing the Hokage.
Yeah.
Instead of just
biding his time, getting Sasuke first.
Yeah, or like doing a slightly different order. He wanted this big dramatic takedown of the Leaf Village.
Yeah.
That just didn't really work out for him. And that's all right, but now he's like kind of scrambling. Now he's like in a position where he's like,
he has no choice.
Okay, I have no choice but to fly around and like try and get Sasuke, or try to get my arms back now. And Naruto's a threat, so I should probably kill him while I'm at it. Like, all the things that he's like supposed to do
are like focused,
are piling up, and he's like, gotta get Sasuke, gotta get my arms healed, gotta kill Naruto because I'm just now noticing him as a potential threat.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one thing that I wrote down that's interesting, I didn't know that if Naruto died, the fox would die as well.
Yeah, that's why when he first used the summoning jutsu, he was like, Fox, we're gonna die if I die. And then he was like, well, if you die, I die, as like the fox said. Mm-hmm. So he gave him his chakra to use the summoning jutsu. That's been established. But...
I guess it's been established, but I never really thought about it in the way that if someone had just killed Naruto while he was a baby, the fox would never have been a problem again.
I don't know about that. I don't know how that works.
Because I was thinking, like, I guess, like, the whole point of, like, using, like, a Reaper Death Seal is to, well, in the case of, like, the Orochimaru versus Hokage fight, which is where we, like, saw it dragged out for, like, 10 episodes. I was just wondering, because it seems like, I know no one wants to kill a baby, but, like, it seems like if everyone hated Naruto that much and, like, hated the fox that much, someone would have just killed him as an infant.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Like, as horrible as that is,
Yeah.
I just feel like that would have been at least attempted by some people, and maybe people protected him, maybe people did try to do that, or maybe it just never crossed their minds, I don't know. But I'm just saying, if something like that happened in, like, our world today, I feel like there would be, like, a lot of assassination attempts going on.
If he was under direct protection from the Hokage, and also people, like, the people of the village really respected the 4th Hokage, so anybody who knew about it, unless they were, like, evil, like, you know, they wouldn't just kill him, because he was, like, the Hokage basically protected him personally.
Okay.
So, I don't know. But good point. Good point. Anything else you want to say? Yeah, Naruto, if Naruto dies, the fox dies. Yeah, that's why the fox keeps giving him chakra in near-death situations, because it's a real rough time if Naruto dies. What jutsu is this? Oh, I wanted to bring that up because I guess I was under the impression that, like, Orochimaru knew about the meiotic regeneration, Tsunade's superpower of keeping the chakra there. But I guess he didn't. I was under the impression that she had it, like, when they were fighting in the war together. But I guess I'm incorrect. Yeah. That's all. It just surprised, I'm just saying, rewatching this, I was like, oh shit, I thought that he would have known, because that's, like, her thing. But I guess she didn't have
Maybe
that
was
when she
only
was
her
younger.
thing, like, after
the
losing
war?
people she loved. Then she was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to die like that.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to say, now that they're all fighting, or they all use their summons. So basically, the Jiraiya, Orochimaru, and Tsunade, they're from an old Japanese folk tale called I think it's called, like, the Legend of Jiraiya the Gallant, which is an old Japanese folk tale where, like, I kind of want to look it up, actually, just so I can get their names, because I
it's not a spoiler, is it?
don't look, but hang on.
I mean, like, the story.
I think it might have spoilers in there, but I'm not going to tell you the whole story. 1 second here. Adapted into a 19th century serial novel, a kabuki drama, several films, video games, and a manga, and has also influenced various other works. Classic tale. In the legend, Jiraiya is a ninja who uses shape-shifting magic to morph into a gigantic toad. As the heir of the mighty Ogata clan in Kyushu, Jiraiya fell in love with Tsunade, a beautiful young maiden who has mastered slug magic. His arch-enemy was his one-time follower, Yashigoro, later known as Orochimaru, a master of serpent magic. The kanji literally means giant snake or serpent. It was first recorded in 1806. Yeah, so basically, this is some old Japanese literature that was the sort of impetus for this part of the story and their whole thing. So yeah, that's basically it. I was going to tell you that way earlier, but it would have spoiled the whole, like, Tsunade slug magic thing. Yeah. Because they called her the queen of, or the princess of slugs, or the slug queen, or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so, and basically how it works, I think, is that, like, frogs or toads are afraid of snakes, and then slugs are afraid of toads, and then snakes are afraid of slugs. So it's like this rock paper scissors type thing, where they all exist in tandem. But yeah, so that's some cool little stuff there for you. It's based on some old shit. It was always they were always set up from the beginning. Like, it was their relationship and their whole thing. The legendary Sanin were all kind of thought out before they were introduced. So yeah, that's just a little interesting thing. But yeah, anything else you want to say before we get going? No. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Stay tuned for the next one. Hope you subscribe if you want to see our future reaction to the show. You can also get 4 episodes ahead on our Patreon, patreon.com/boldcast. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. And thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council: Michael Wells,
Vash,
Salad Dallas,
Jude Caspino Buford,
Charles Liu,
D23L,
JC Andrada,
Napoleon Bonaparte,
Handicap Bonkai,
Brian,
Nelson Barbosa,
Xavier Rhodes,
Chris Janvey,
Yeet,
Lewis,
Iwan Pilger,
Aurora,
John Ortega,
and Zenge. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.